Well, good evening, Pirate Nation, and welcome into Mugshots for the Pearl Pirate Football Coaches Show. I'm Greg Flynn with the head ball coach, Justin Hunter. As it's hard to believe, Coach, we are closing in on the final game of the regular season. Where did it all go?
Man, I'm telling you, life flies when you're having fun, you know. That's what they say, you know. But no, it seems like we was just those 108-degree days, you know, figuring out when we was going to practice to beat the heat index and all this stuff. And then you go out there today and everybody's freezing to death and wearing hoodies and everything else. So, but yeah, it has passed way too fast.
You're not having to worry about the wet bulb this week,
that's
are you?
the last of our worries this week, I can tell you. It was cool out there today, and it's going to be cool all week, and it's going to be cool Thursday night. So we got to adjust and conquer, I guess you could say.
Better watch out for frostbite. Never mind heat stroke anymore this week. Well, Coach, it was a pretty tough road trip that we took down to Oak Grove. We walked away with our tail between our legs, 31-13. What was your initial takeaway from it with the players?
Yeah, I mean, I'm always honest with them, and then I told them I just didn't think we were ready to play like I felt like we had been every game all year. You know, I just, for whatever reason, I didn't think we, got off the bus with playing football on our mind, you know, and that's just the way we felt. And like I said, I think that's the first time all year we've had that feeling, you know. So we also told them today, you know, you got to flush that move on because we got a big one Thursday night, you know, and a good team. We got to go on another road trip. And it's a different type of team. You know, obviously really, really rely on the run and control the clock. Where Oak Grove wants to spread you out and throw the ball. So we have a different hard task, I guess you could say. But either way, you got to take a long road trip and you got to be able to bounce back and got to try to get a little bit of momentum back that we had early on.
And you just can't pinpoint any one thing about why we struggled at Oak Grove because, as you pointed out, the tackling was really bad on defense. Offense just couldn't get the motor running.
Couldn't get in a rhythm. You know, I had a lot of trouble blocking their front for whatever reason. You know, just had some issues I didn't feel like we had really had all year. You know, in a full game, and just never could kind of get it clicking. You know, and it happens like that sometimes. You know, you don't want it to ever happen, but that's not reality. And like I said, we talked about it, and then we got done. We're done with it, and we're moving on to Meridian. And all the practice day was devoted toward Meridian. It wasn't Oak Grove's in a rearview mirror, right. You know. So you got to move on.
Well, certainly no excuses, but I do want to point out that half of Oak Grove's roster will be playing on SEC Saturdays here in the very near future.
They do have good football players. There's no doubt about that, for sure.
We now turn our focus to Meridian. But first, let's take a look at some of the positive things that happened for the Pirates down in the Pine Belt. We'll take a look at the highlights. There actually were some. Justin, one of the things I loved was that first quarter we fell down 7-0, but you set sail, this offense set sail on a 7.5-minute drive, and we're going to highlight this drive here.
And we thought, you know, obviously running the clock and kind of dinking and donking, we like some of the stuff we had. We want to be able to keep the ball away from them. You know, we know they're a big play offense, relies on big play. We thought they would have to get impatient if we could keep the ball from them, and I thought this drive was exactly what we had planned on doing. Now, the bad part of this is that this was the only one that we could have like this, you know, but just methodically kind of going down the field, you know, 3rd and 4, we pick up 8, you know. I think later on we had a 3rd and 6 or 4th and 6, and I think we pick up 8, you know, so just actually I think this is it. No, this was like a 7-8 yard completion right here, but just methodically, you know, just a really good drive. Right here, we get them on a switch. One of them switched, the other one didn't. Big play for us. And a couple of plays that did not work out was the intent. When a team plays man-to-man like that, you have to give them a lot of looks, and you got to cross the guys because sometimes one of them wants to switch, and sometimes the other ones don't. But we just didn't have. They did a really good job switching off on us, and when we did get guys open, we had trouble holding the pocket up for us to be able to get the ball out, obviously.
The defense had its moments. This is going to be a great play here by Tyler Jenkins and Kavion Freeman. Just weren't enough of those.
I tell you, their quarterback, I thought he played the best game he's played all year, and what I mean by that is we went into the games daring him to run the football. He's not somebody. He's a really good passer and a really good football player. We just felt like if we can get him to run it, do something he really don't want to do. But man, I felt sometimes the pockets collapse and he took off running. That's something he has just not done this year. And so credit to him and credit to them for doing that.
We did bounce back. This is a fourth quarter drive. And we were putting it together again.
Right.
It was very late in the game, but again, it reminded me just of that second drive of the game that we had. This was a methodical move down the field. And here's a little wrinkle play that we had.
When you play somebody like that, man, again, just with the way they play defense, they're very, very aggressive. And you're going to have some things like this right here. You're going to have some things. I talked about the crossing and the man and stuff like that. Was just one of those, and
a beautiful.
We just didn't have enough of those.
Yeah.
We had it in the scheme. We just couldn't get them off or pop the guy wide open at the right time and things like that. And credit to them. I thought they played really, really, really clean on defense. One of the more clean defensive games they've played all year, I thought. And like I said, I thought Anthony Maddox did a good job of just taking the ball and running when we was getting after. Because I really thought we guarded downfield really, really well. 2 of the touchdowns were on quick screens out there because
they spun out.
Yes, and we just missed a tackle. But as far as they want to throw the ball downfield, they hit the first one, but after that, they didn't throw the ball downfield a lot. I thought we did a really good job, defending downfield, which has kind of been something we have to work really hard at because we gave up some big plays in the passing game this year. But I thought our guys did a good job downfield, just making them throw it underneath. If you do that, you got to come up and tackle. And that's just the thing we did not do well
and
for
I
whatever
love the
reason.
adjustment that was made on defense, that the linebacker level was wide open sometimes for Maddox to step up.
Right.
But we closed that
Right.
because then they were pinching him in, and then there was somebody coming up the middle to seal that,
Right.
and that was a great adjustment that really slowed them down in the second half.
Right. Yeah, I thought we played a lot better in the second half. And we issued a challenge to them at halftime, obviously. Just didn't think we was playing, I don't want to say hard, just didn't feel like we was playing with the whatever that we had played with all year long, even the games we've lost, And so challenge issued, and then they had a little the defense had a players-only meeting, and I thought they came out with a lot more energy in the second half. I thought we communicated better. I thought we tackled better, but you can't dig a hole.
And come back on a team like that.
Right. I mean, they're a good football team, obviously. And you when you go to a place like that, you have to play really clean football, and we didn't do that. So.
Well, we put it behind us now. We look forward to Big Blue as we'll head I-20 East. We're going to let Coach Hunter step aside and eat some of this great Mugshots food that they have prepared for him. Our player segment is coming up next, and we have 2 of the hardest working guys on this football team joining us tonight. So stay with us. The Coaches Show continues right after this.
When pirates need a feast, they sail to Mugshots Grill and Bar. Voted best burger in Mississippi for 13 years in a row, Mugshots proudly serves fresh, never frozen certified Angus beef. X marks a spot at 2 locations on the map, in Pearl and Riverwind Drive in the movie theater parking lot, and in Flowood on the corner of Airport Road and Lakeland Drive. You can dine in, take out, or order online and pick up curbside. Check out mugshotsgrillandbar.com.
Welcome to Sky Family Dental, where our mission is to provide the finest care available. Here at Sky Family Dental, we strive to help patients live healthier lives. We provide a caring, nurturing environment where your comfort and health is of primary importance. Our staff is dedicated to providing you with a pleasant visit and results that you're proud to show off. We provide all services, including dental exams, child dentistry, dental fillings or implants, tooth extractions, and more. See us at Sky Family Dental, and a bright, healthy smile can be yours.
When something works this well,
Paying bills? This site is so comprehensive. I do all my banking online. More time for coffee?
you want to get others excited about it too.
Yes, honey. They're very conscientious, and they're about helping us map out a plan for our future.
It's nice to know we make a
It was
difference.
so easy. They had lots of creative ways to help me afford the loan for the cutest car I've wanted
And
for
that a
so
great
long.
bank is a really important thing to have. Comprehensive, conscientious, creative, community bank like no other bank you know.
Welcome back into the Pearl Pirate Football Coaches Show. I'm Greg Flynn, now joined in the players segment here at Mugshots by, I said it before, 2 of the hardest working guys on this football team, and you'll find out why. We have Caston Channel here, Isaiah Wynn, who's like your Swiss Army knife now, Caston, on the football team. Caston, he's an H-back now this year, kind of that H-back tight end kind of look after spending almost your entire football career on the offensive line.
Yeah.
You worked really, really hard to get off that offensive line, didn't you?
Yeah, I kind of just was running more because of soccer season last year after football season, and so it kind of happened naturally, but I also did rather want to play H-back than offensive line.
Yeah, so you dropped a lot of weight so that you could be more quick, agile, versatile there at that H-back position.
Yeah, I lost around like 35, 40 pounds.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, you enjoying it, playing H-back?
It's fun.
You don't miss him being one of the hogs on that line?
No, I don't.
Isaiah, you are, as I said, the Swiss Army knife. You used to come in as just the receiver, but they have moved you to every position almost now that I've seen. This young man is in on the hold. You're the holder for the place kicking. He's a punt returner. He does come in at wide receiver. There's very little you don't do out there. Did I miss anything?
No, it really didn't, but I kind of enjoy doing like the things I do there, and then coaches putting their trust in me.
Yeah.
And especially on punts, you know, that and holding field goals is, like Coach said, it's the hardest things to do on the field, and they put me back there because they got a lot of trust in me to do that.
That has got to be one of the scariest things to do is return a punt, because everybody's running at you at 100 miles an hour, and not only you got to worry about them, but you got to catch the football.
Yeah, they always tell me before I even go out on punt, they be like, if I think I can get it, they want me to catch it, but they think if I don't feel like I can catch it, just get away from it. But if I can catch it.
I've always wondered, what's the key word you yell out?
Peter.
Peter? That's get away from the football?
Yeah.
Because I know a lot of them would be fire, but Peter, okay. Caston, what's it like bouncing back from that Oak Grove game? I know it was probably a long bus ride home on Friday. How did the team respond, do you think, today when you came out for practice?
We definitely wanted to bounce back and kind of lock in more, and Coach Hunter said it earlier today. We were going to do a lot of one-on-ones, just getting better. He said iron sharpens iron, so we wanted to just focus and get better today, but have fun as we went along.
Isaiah, what was your take on how you guys came back out for the first practice this week?
Well, he told us to watch it. It's a new week, and basically forget about the Oak Grove game. It's over with. It's done. And now we came today to get better and to beat Meridian today.
Yeah, I mean, playoffs are still there. They're right there for us, right? And we know if we win this game, we can be the 3 seed, which would send us still down to the coast. But not only that, I think you guys just need a confidence boost of a win, don't you?
Yes, sir.
I mean, it's been a tough couple of weeks, right, Caston? I mean, between having to play Brandon, then get back up for Oak Grove, and now having to go play Meridian. You look forward to the challengers. It's just like, man, come on.
It definitely would help if they were home games, since we got to go all the way to Hattiesburg, play Oak Grove, and then go all the way to Meridian. But I think we can still fight and do our best to win the game.
Well, what's your goal this week?
Our goal all year has been go 1-0 every day. So if we go down there and do our part, we should win.
How about you particularly? You got a goal this week?
No, I just want to go down there and win and go 1-0, like he said.
How about a punt return for a touchdown?
I'm going to try. I have confidence I can do it, but
absolutely.
I just want to make sure I have the ball secured first before anything.
Well, you guys are doing a great job. I look forward to this Meridian game, and, hopefully this is not our last game of the season. I have a feeling we're gonna go out there and show something, I believe.
Yes, sir.
All right, Caston Channel, Isaiah Wynn, you guys get to go enjoy your dinner here at Mugshots. Hang out there one sec. When we come back, it'll be the assistant coach's corner, and we're going to have Coach Jerome Deloach with us. Man with probably the best beard on the team. Maybe the best beard in Rankin County. We'll be back right after this.
When pirates need a feast, they sail to Mugshots Grill and Bar. Voted best burger in Mississippi for 13 years in a row, Mugshots proudly serves fresh, never frozen certified Angus beef. X marks the spot at 2 locations on the map, in Pearl and Riverwind Drive in the movie theater parking lot, and in Flowood on the corner of Airport Road and Lakeland Drive. You can dine in, take out, or order online and pick up curbside. Check out mugshotsgrillandbar.com.
For the best brands at the best prices every day, shop the outlets of Mississippi, located at the intersection of I-20 and I-55.
When you're ready to make a move in pirate country, contact Penny Pitts with Havard Real Estate Group in Pearl. Penny is a multi-million-dollar producer and loves to help her clients find the home of their dreams. If you are a first-time home buyer or ready to upsize or downsize, she is the agent for you. Penny is a Pearl High School graduate and an avid supporter of Pirate athletics. Make your move with the home team. That's Penny Pitts, Havard Real Estate Group. Welcome back into the Coaches Show here at Mugshots. We're now going to dive into the assistants corner with our good friend, Coach Jerome Deloach, who is in charge of the H-backs and the tight ends. We had Caston Channel up here a few moments ago, and you are you've taken them to a new level, honestly, with Jordan Butler and Caston. What is the key to getting H-backs and tight ends to go?
My whole thing was when Coach Hunter told me I'd be taking over as the H-backs and tight ends coach, I actually asked Coach Hunter. At first, Jordan Butler played receiver last year, so when I first got here, he was going through majority of the summer at receiver, and just looked over and seen him. I was like, man, he'll be a real nice tight end. So I kind of asked Coach Hunter. Coach Hunter was a little iffy about it, but I just stayed on him, asked him, and he let me get him. And one thing about tight ends, it's kind of the best of both worlds. You get to run routes, catch the ball, but you also have to be as physical, like the offensive line, like the big boys. And obviously we won't be as big as defensive ends and as strong as them. So my whole thing is I had to teach them how to block, how to position block, how to use your leverage, your quickness, your speed. So I like to credit a lot of that, the success, and they're coachable. Casting, they do everything the right way. I tell them to do something. They don't complain about it. They just go get it done. And they're a tough bunch. And so I've been real proud and excited about what they've been able to accomplish this year.
But just to watch what you've done with Jordan Butler.
Yes, sir.
I mean, it is amazing.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, he is built to be a tight end.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you look at him, and he's built to be a tight end, and he's playing with such aggression now as a tight end that under, I don't know, your mentorship or what is, but it's really clicking with Jordan.
Yes, sir. One thing about Jordan, he's just a humble kid, and he wants it bad, and that's one thing that I realized. And when I first got him over the tight end, he said he just told me how much he wanted it, and I believed him. And day by day, he just kept getting better. He just kept getting better, just kept getting better. And obviously, with him coming from a receiver, early on, he didn't have that real. He's one of those kids. He didn't realize how strong he was. And I just had to tell him one day in practice, like, hey, put your hands on somebody and just shock them. And one day, I was going up against him. Well, not actually going up against him, but I was just giving him a look that day, and he put hands on me. And I said, hold on, I don't have on pads, but one thing about him, he just works hard, and he's going to do it over and over. Like, stay after practice. Hey, coach, can you stay after practice and show me exactly what it was you was talking about? He watched a lot of film. He's just one of those kids that you just want in your corner on Friday night, because he's going to do exactly what you asked him to do.
And he's only a junior, so he's going to blossom as a senior. So one thing I wanted to point out, you're a guy that has been there. These guys can understand. Mm-hmm. Now, he was supposed to go be a tight end at the University of Missouri. I'm not going to hold him against that, because he was recruited by Josh Heupel. But when Heupel ran off to Central Florida, well, that's where you wound up. So he was a tight end at those Golden Knights down there.
Yes, sir.
So it helps that these kids know that you've been in the fire.
Yes, sir. And that's one thing about it. With me playing tight end at a high level, I'm able to show them exactly how I want certain things done, because obviously playing under Coach Heupel and spending a little time at East Central Community College, just me playing tight end, I can show them exactly how I want it done, because we obviously at tight end, H-back, counter is counter, power is power, things like that. So So how you want it blocked, it never really changes. So I have a lot of film that I can actually pull up, show them exactly how it is that I want done. And obviously just me playing the same position that they play, I can kind of get through to them a little bit better. So I guess I like to credit a little bit of that to me as well. So
absolutely, and I'm still going to give you credit for
Yes,
MIZ, even though you went to UCF. So.
Go Knights, go Knights, Charge on.
Well, thanks for stopping by. We
Yes,
really
sir.
did appreciate it. Go enjoy some of this great
Yes, sir.
Mugshots
Yes, sir.
food.
Yes, sir.
Stay with us. We'll be back and talk Meridian with Coach Hunter right after this.
When pirates need a feast, they sail to Mugshots Grill and Bar. Voted best burger in Mississippi for 13 years in a row, Mugshots proudly serves fresh, never frozen certified Angus beef. X marks the spot at 2 locations on the map, in Pearl and Riverwind Drive in the movie theater parking lot, and in Flowood on the corner of Airport Road and Lakeland Drive. You can dine in, take out, or order online and pick up curbside. Check out mugshotsgrillandbar.com.
Public service has always had a very special place in my heart, and to be able to do it and be a first responder as a reserve, when you're not getting paid, that's just one of the most selfless acts you can do. I think we all have a responsibility to our towns and our communities.
Well, for me, it's simple. I mean, when you say local, that's what's most important to me. Our citizens inside this county, we all care for each other, and we do everything we can to help everybody out. I am Shane Fletcher with Farm Bureau, and we are the home team.
You've heard it said, give a man a fish and he'll eat for a day. But teach a man to fish, he'll come home dehydrated, severely malnourished, and late. Some quotes are better than others. With Alpha Insurance, he won't get the old bait and switch. He'll be as happy as a dog in the sunshine. Ain't that right, Otis? And there's nothing fishy about that.
Call Alpha agent John McHenry in Pearl for a quote today.
Welcome back into the Coaches Show here at Mugshots. Coach Hunter joins us now to talk about some Wildcats, and it just is always a struggle. We know we're in for a fight every time we head west on I-20.
Oh, no doubt. Just going there in the Ray Stadium, just a historic place to play. A lot of history in that place. There's been a lot of good football teams play there. I tell you what, back in 2016, we went over there, and they were the number 1 team in the state, and somehow found a way to beat them, and that started a little bit of a run. So that place is special in our eyes for us too, So, but no, it's gonna be a fun game. Obviously they got Daniel Hill that everybody knows, but I think having Coach Boyles there and some of the guys he brought in to coach, you can tell they're coaching the crap out them guys, and they're doing a really good job. And just not the team that maybe they were a couple of years ago. Just really well coached. They're playing some young kids on the line, both sides. They're going to be really good football players. And just anytime you go on the road, it's tough to win. It's tough to win just with the atmosphere that's going to be there. So our kids have got to be ready to go into a tough place to play and just find a way to win.
Well, they've always had athletes at Meridian, but they finally found discipline in the coaching. And you mentioned who it is, Marcus Boyles. He's well known to everybody. He was head coach here at Pearl. He went on to coach at Petal for a period of time too, and then retired.
Right.
Has come out of retirement. I don't know how Meridian talked him out of retirement. And now he's coaching over there for the Wildcats. And you talk about history of that stadium. There's a man there now that's making history. I mean, Daniel Hill, he wears number 3. The guy's rushed for 1,920 yards already this year. And he's played quarterback a little bit, thrown for 300 yards. So this guy is responsible for like 2,200 yards of offense.
Right.
Wow.
He's a really good football player, and they decided to put him at quarterback and step in the ball, and he'll run it as many times as he wants to, and we have to be ready to tackle him and tackle him and tackle him and tackle him and tackle him. And we told the kids, we tackled Nathaniel Blunt, who's a really good football player, So, it's a huge challenge, but we've been good against the run this year. And there's no reason why we can't continue to do that. Yes, he's a good player. Yes, they're pretty good on the offensive line. Yes, there's also a good running back that they have, but I just think the way we've played in the box, if we can find that, whatever we were missing Friday night that we've had every other game this year, You know, I think the matchup is going to be a really good one. You know, just with our run defense against their run offense, it should be a really good one.
I mean, sometimes you hate to say it that they're a one-man show, but if you stop Daniel Hill, you pretty much stop the show at Meridian.
Problem is, a lot of people hadn't stopped him this year. You know, for just being honest. But you know, but again, it's one of those things. You know, he's going to get yards. You know, just because he's going to run it so much. But we just got to limit the big play. Just make him get 4 and 6 and 3, and us hitting him. Because I know against Northwest Ranger a couple weeks ago, he ran the ball 44 times.
That's
That's
Jordan Wright territory.
Right. So I mean, you know, before long, man, those licks just pile up on somebody. You know, so we just got to make sure we're ready to go. We're tackling low, and anytime we can, you know, get a good lick, we gotta take it. We got to wrap up and get him down because he's a strong kid.
Well, let's take a look. Brandon found a way to beat him last week. It was here at the Dog Pound in Rankin County, but it was the Daniel Hill show here. He's in at quarterback, and he's not going to run it. He's going to throw it, and they caught Brandon napping, playing the run, and that's what you got to be careful of, right?
That's right. I mean, you'll see the guy that was over that number 2 receiver. As soon as Daniel put the ball in the belly of the running back, he came flying just because they're thinking run. Then he pulls it, and the guy's naked running down the field.
Well, there's Daniel keeping it on a keeper. Again, something that I like the success. Nate Blunt ran very well against them, so our running backs may find some running room up the middle. And then, Daniel Hill, he comes back. It's just they've really utilized him in so many different ways this year with throwing the ball and running the ball. Here, he's going to put it up again, show off that arm.
Yeah, when you have a talent like this, you know, you use him as much as you can in as many ways as you can. He's just like, I mean, you know, we've been playing against him since he was a 9th grader. You know, so I mean, he's a good football player.
And here they mixed it up. Everybody kind of went with Daniel, and then he hands it off to number 11, Anthony Brown, who had space because everybody was looking at him.
He can run too. You know, he can show do it.
And there he goes again. He's a shifty little back.
You see, it wasn't easy to tackle him either, you know.
And then when you get this close, man, it is almost impossible to stop Daniel Hill. He powers his way.
Well, you notice where he got behind his shoulder pads and just kind of ducked his head and just kind of pushed the pile, you know. And key to it is you got to tackle him before he gets going.
Here they got some good push on Brandon's offensive line. They wind up with a sack there on Landon Barnes. A couple of more offensive plays here for him. This is Jalen Rush with a big run here. That's another one, number 4. So they do have lots of different talent. Then they put the other quarterback in, and it was Jordan Siowa, and he's going to throw a touchdown. He's number 2. He had a good arm there. That was a laser.
He does. He's a lefty. He throws it well, too.
And then we'll close it out with one more, and you'll see this gun that he has. Look at that, with that touch up and over the top. So, again, it's you want to say sometimes it's a Daniel Hill show, but Marcus is doing a good job of trying to incorporate some of the other cast to keep you honest.
Oh, no doubt. It starts with Daniel Hill, but I think they do have other good players that they're doing a really good job of getting involved and playing to their strengths. You know, like the other quarterback that comes in. You know, if Daniel's ran it several times, they're going to put him in, and they're going to be more inclined to throw the football. You know, and I think they have some receivers that can really run and stretch you vertically. Not to mention the other two running backs you saw who are really good players. You know, and then if you have Daniel at quarterback and one of them at running back, they're just going to run the read game, and then you got to force them to either give it or pull it, and you got to be ready for either one. Just because the running backs are good players too.
Yep.
So.
Well, we do know this for sure: a win, and we're in, and we are the number 3 seed. So that earns us a trip to the coast, and more than likely against Gulfport.
Gulfport, yeah.
Congratulations.
That's
and then if we make it in as the 4 seed, there's some wild things that could still happen. You get a trip to Ocean Springs. So either way, it's the playoffs start this week for us, and I think that's probably your message to the kids.
Yeah. We tell them there's a lot of scenarios that could happen, but it all starts with what can we control, and what we control is how we go play Meridian Thursday night. You know, we have to find a way, whatever it takes, to get out of there with a W. Obviously, we want to be the 3 seed. You know, so. That way, there ain't nothing that can happen that can, mess with all that.
We don't have the scoreboard.
Yeah, let's
control
what we can control, and that's playing the best of our ability Thursday night. And that's our goal, and that's what we're hoping to do.
Well, we will be on the air. Remember, it is Thursday night to close out the regular season. Our pregame show will come on at 6:30, kickoff at 7. Coach is going to be wearing his parka over in Meridian on Thursday.
Gonna take
It's going to be a little chilly. It'll look like the Chicago Bears.
That's all right, though.
Out there.
Football weather.
All right. Well, Justin, thank you so much. It is always a pleasure,
Yes, sir.
win or lose. But we're going to come out with a W this week for sure. I'm feeling it. I'm
I
calling
like-
the W this week.
I like where
right
your head's
now.
at, yeah.
All right, that's going to do it for us here at Mugshots. Be sure to come by and visit these folks. Best burgers, best food. What did you order tonight?
I got some shrimp pasta.
He went with the shrimp
Went
pasta.
back to it.
That is
It's been
a
a couple
winning
weeks.
combination.
It's
there.
good. It's good.
The shrimp pasta. All right, folks, we will talk to you on Thursday night from Ray Stadium in Meridian. But until then, remember, every day is a great day to be a Pirate.
Thank you for watching PMB Sports. The preceding broadcast is copyrighted by Pearl Municipal Broadcasting for the private use of our audience. Any other use of this broadcast without the written consent of Pearl High School or PMB is prohibited.